microphone is working. Yay, it is. Okay, I also forgot my light. Sorry. Ha! How is everyone this evening? I am super excited about this class because we're going to be making 12 cards. Like, not the normal 5, 12. And I'd like to say that don't worry, we'll totally get this done in the same time frame, but you just never know, right? Like, I don't know. I might just jibber jabber forever because I'm telling you, girl needs some stamp time because kids are back in school and that's amazing, but it's exhausting on a whole different level. So yeah, it's been awesome to have a little bit more me time to hear myself think, although my brain doesn't shut off. So I don't know that that's the best thing, but it is nice. So for all of you parents going through back to school, my prayers to you for patience and grace and everything, because it's hard. And I don't even feel like are halfway through it. Like, this was our first full week. But Alex also only started one day and he goes 2 days a week. So this coming week will be like the first like real week. So yeah, we're just getting started in this chaos, I feel like. So anyway, yeah, if you are on, give me some love, give me a heart, a thumbs up, a hello, it's really hot where I live too. Hi, Kelly, welcome. Because it is very, very, very hot, hence the hair up and the I don't care, hair in the bun. Like, it is clean, like, so I can't say like dirty hair, don't care or anything. It's just like mom bun, don't care. Because I think it's still like 105, 108 or something like that outside right now. Real feel, not like actual. And I don't live in Texas. So shout out to all my Texas friends. I hope you guys aren't catching fire because we sure are. Hi, Hilda. Welcome. Okay, well, it is 7:32. So let's go ahead and get started so that we can do these cards and get all 12 done. So this is the August free online card class, and I am Laura with LaurasStampPad. And we are going to be creating 12 total cards using the one sheet wonder technique. So this uses one sheet of 12 by 12 designer series paper, and I use the Countryside Inn designer series paper. So if you want to snapshot this really quick, this comes in the PDF tutorial that you can purchase. There's a link in the description, so you can check that out with my Etsy shop, and go to laurastamppad.etsy.com. This is the piece that we're going to be doing. So the first cut is at 5.5, and then you have all these consecutive cuts. The next cut is at 4.5, and then all of these cuts. And then I actually didn't use the 2-inch strip at the top. So the 2-inch strip at the top, you can use, you can cut it into pieces and make additional cards similar to the ones below. You can use it and cut it into like small little 1/2-inch strips and use it for the inside decoration of your cards, or you could use it on the lips of your envelopes. I think there'd probably only be like maybe 2 envelope lips on there. Right? That's what you call it. I'm all of a sudden picturing like lips on envelopes, and so now I feel like that's not the right word, but it is, right? Tell me if I'm wrong. Is it the lip of an envelope, or is it something else? Or you can also use this as like a belly band around all of the cards if you were to gift this. So you could always do like a little belly band, you know, around all of the cards, or a little tag for like a cellophane bag or something like that. So There is a 2 by 12 inch strip that I will not be using, and you can use it for something else. And just because I didn't use it for the insides of these cards. And I'll show you, like, the insides of all of these are all kind of different. And like, you can really do them however you wish. So the other thing I wanted to show you is the Layering Leaves stamp set. This is the stamp set that I'm using tonight, mostly because I love a good scrolly font and I love these greetings. And they're very generic to be able to use for a stack of 12 cards. And I also loved like the leaves. I felt like it went with the designer paper very well as a little accent. And it was just like the stamp set that I was drawn to pair together with this one sheet wonder technique. So when I do a one sheet wonder, the one thing I really like to do with it is it's one piece of 12 by 12, one stamp set, coordinating coordinating inks. So I have Night of Navy, Balmy Blue, Boho Blue, and Misty Moonlight. I'll be honest, I used Night of Navy like 90% of the time. I will also say that the sheet of paper that I'm using tonight is not the same sheet of paper as my samples. So there will be a little bit of difference. For example, my samples didn't actually have Balmy Blue in it. That piece of paper didn't have Balmy Blue in it. Let me show you, like, so this print did not have Balmy Blue in it, whereas the print that I'm using tonight does have Balmy Blue. So I didn't actually use Balmy Blue at all on my samples, but we will be using it tonight. The other thing that I used is some of my favorite labels. And I use punches just to make it quick and simple. So I used the Lasting Label punch and the decorative circle punch, both Stampin' Up! Punches. You can always use your favorite die cut or punch of your choice. Again, I'm trying to go with minimal products to use for this, so you can just whip out those 12 cards super quick. So it's all about, you know, just kind of focusing on creating and having fun with the cards rather than like spending hours and hours with each different, you know, like making 12 different cards. They're all going to be very similar, and you'll see that as we go through. So let's get started. So if you have the card pack, I am sold out of the card packs right now. So the card kit came with the tutorial, obviously, and then it also came with all your envelopes and pieces with some ribbon. I went ahead and punched out some of those lasting labels for all of our greetings. And then I have, those are the white pieces for the insides of the cards. And then I have my colors here. So I did Misty Moonlight, Night of Navy, Balmy Blue, and Basic White. So this is thick basic white since it will be used for a card base. And I literally just kind of picked and chose like which ones I wanted to do. So if you are following along, we're going to start in the lower right-hand corner. Sorry, I had them in like little baggies. In the lower right-hand corner with that piece that is 5.5 by 4.25 cut diagonally to create these two pieces. So these are going to be our first two cards, and I'm going to find those on this. Now, there's a couple things that I do want to mention, and that is depending on your pattern or print of your paper, this diagonal could go in multiple directions and change the orientation of your card. So if your pattern or print goes one way or you decide to flip it over, like I could do it like this, same as this card here. I could also flip it over and do it, well now see I wouldn't do it like that because it's like flowers. So I could do it like this. But you might also be interested in doing your card like sideways too. You could always, you know, do it, why do I feel like this piece? Oh, it's 4.25. So, no. will. So I cut this one at 4 inches instead of 4 1/4, which means one of my other pieces must be off too. But you know what? It'll be okay. It'll just be a little bit off. So yeah, it can go like this. But if your pattern goes the other way, then you might do your card as a landscape card, a portrait card. It just might look a little different, and that's okay. So just go with it, have fun with it, and let's get started. So I'm going to do white, and then, I don't know, I really do like this back side. I will say with this, with my samples, I loved the back side of the paper, but I just loved that floral print so much that for the most part, I used just the floral print. Here is the back side of my sample designer paper. So love both pieces. And we'll see what, like, I don't know. I really like this, like, simple little flowers in a row print. But I also love this one too. But I will have to worry about the orientation of my trees. I mean, technically, I'll have to worry about the orientation of those flowers in a row as well. But, which, that looks super cool. Ooh, so you could create one less card and do it like that. We won't do that tonight. So, okay, so let's get started. I think I'm going to use Night of Navy. Hopefully I don't use Night of Navy for everything tonight, but we shall just see. And I'm going to do some of those little polka dots. And so I'm just going to do all around the edge up here. And I'm going to kind of flip this over just to kind of get like a different look so that it doesn't look so like consecutive. Okay, so there's that one, and we will add adhesive to our designer paper here. I will also say that when I made my sample of this triangle card, I actually, like, I added the dots after the fact, and I feel like my greeting needs to come down a little bit, but it's okay. I'm probably the only one who would, like, notice that and be, like, all worried about it and everything. Hi, Colleen. You were out weeding. Please tell me that the weather is much cooler up there than it is down here, because it is really, really hot. Okay. Do I want to use navy or do I want to use like boho blue or misty moonlight? Let's go with misty moonlight. And we're going to do sending hugs. I was just saying to everybody how it's like 110. And here, oh, no, I did use misty moonlight. It sure looks like Night of Navy though, doesn't it? Sending hugs. And then, which I never did, I really need to do these like together instead of individually, or otherwise we might be here all night. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab a balmy blue. And again, like, there's a lot of options with this class. I will say whenever I did this class in person, we were super chatty Cathy, of course. But the girls did take like the full 2 hours to create the cards. Some of them finished earlier, but otherwise, like, it does take a while, but it's best to kind of create them as multiples. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and do the sending hugs. Oh, wait, I was going to do the paper differently with this one because I can't actually do it down in that corner. You know what? I'm going to do, I'm not using this paper because there's no balmy blue on that side. So we're going to set that one aside and hope that those dots work out well for that card later. So let me know where you're living and, or you don't have to tell me where you live, but you can tell me what your weather is like. Is it super hot? It's finally cooler after a bad, you know, It was 92 and high humidity. So today is supposed to be our last hot day. Supposed to be. I'll believe it when I see it. But there's no storm front coming. So I'm kind of like, how do you expect to go from 100 to 80 without some sort of wind, storm, anything like that? Like there's like a 40% chance of rain tomorrow. And when you look at the hourly, it's like 20% is the highest it gets. So I don't know if something's going to pop up and surprise us, if the heat is going to continue, or if I don't know anything about weather patterns, because that's fully possible as well. Okay. And then we're going to do sending hugs. I did all of that in Misty Moonlight, but I'm going to do the sending hugs in Night of Navy. Sending hugs. Super cute. And then I'm going to add so I did iridescent pearls. For all of my samples, I did all iridescent pearls, but there's these fabulous iridescent sequins with the balmy blue, and they're pretty fabulous. Again, I don't know, maybe this one would look pretty. Okay, so I'm going to do it on this one, but not on the other one. So yeah, let me know. Is it possible that we don't have a storm front come through and the weather changes? Sending hugs. Or are you with me on the whole that doesn't make sense and it's either going to stay hot or we do have storms coming? And then we're going to do little sending hugs there. I will also say that these cards are not going to be super extravagant. They're not going to be the most fancy, layered, detailed cards that you've ever made. They're going to be pretty basic, but it's going to be awesome to be able to get done with 12 cards in one sitting. So we're just going to add a few. I'm going to do dark and go out to the edge. And then I'm going to do like dark and go out to the edge. That's kind of cool looking, isn't it? And then I just did dots on the front. This one, I think I'm just going to do dots all down the side. And for my white card here, I'm going to do dots all down the side. And for the blue one, we'll get a white base. And we will do dots all down the side as well. There's also kind of a coordinating greeting to this one. You could do thinking of you, like sending hugs, thinking of you. Because that is in the stamp set as well. You could also do sending hugs and like, thank you so much. Or any of those other greetings as well. But I'm just going to do sending hugs. It does feel kind of weird that I have the dots running down the right-hand side. But I feel like it goes with the whole right-hand side thing here. So here is card 1 and 2. And I just used those fun little dots to decorate these cards. Hi, Vicky from Arizona. I'm sure it's really hot down there, but you guys don't have the humidity. Am I correct? Oh my gosh, you had a tornado last night? Oh, I'm so glad you're so safe, Colleen. That's awful. Like I said, I'm nervous about what could happen, but they're saying nothing, so who knows? So here's the samples, and then here are the cards we made. So that's cards 1 and 2. I'm probably not going to go through all the cards every single time like I usually do because there's so many tonight. Okay. Now, again, if you're following along, I'm going to look for all of those pieces, the tall pieces, all on that bottom layer. So we started from the bottom corner with this, which is 4 1/4, but mine was only 4. I'm not really sure what I did there. So, so now we're just going to go over. I think I have 2 of them that are 2 1/4, and that's what happened there. And we're just going to go over. So all of these are going to be my tall long cards. So here I have this one. I ripped the bottom of it, added it to white, and added some decoration. And then I have all of these that they're just kind of like an added strip. You know, real simple added strip. Like you can see, I used some ribbon and I used that lasting label punch. And I layered all of these, like they're all on different cards. There's Boho Blue, Misty Moonlight, and Night of Navy. And the layers are Night of Navy and white. So, and then this one was white and I didn't layer it at all. So that is what we're going to do with all of these. So it looks like this one, I might do, I'm going to do it with the Balmy Blue. And I actually think I'm going to rip my Night of Navy. Which ripping it is a really good way to add a little bit of texture and to use a small strip. So I didn't want to do that first. Since I know that this piece is not as big as my piece, then I didn't want to layer it completely. So I really should have added adhesive to this first. And it can peek out as little or as much as you wish. And then it looks like my Night of Navy is just a hair too long. So we're going to trim that off. And add this. I'm going to leave a nice little border of that Balmy Blue on the edge there. And I will say that this lasting label punch, a few of the greetings don't fit. So we already used the sending hugs. So now let's use thinking of you. And I'm going to do ooh, I feel like, is that a little crooked? Yeah, let's try on the other side and we'll see which one's better. And if this one's more crooked, nope, that one's good. Then I'll still use the other side. And then I think I'm gonna do this ribbon technique. So I'm gonna add a little bit of adhesive to the back. I'm gonna place the end of the ribbon on that end and go across, pressing it into that adhesive. And then loop back, press into the adhesive, and back again. And then I'll trim the little tail. And I'll trim this tail into a point. How many of you guys got pumpkin spice lattes now that they are back? How many of you don't really care because you're not coffee drinkers? So now I'm just going to add dimensionals over the top of that ribbon to help secure this onto my card. So yeah, shout out to your pumpkin spice latte girls. I'm excited for you, but I'm not a coffee drinker. So I love pumpkin though. I sure do. And I actually super love like pumpkin like muffins and breads and stuff like that. And I can't wait to start baking with that. But I also still have some zucchini in the freezer. And I'm thinking it's been like a week and a half since I had zucchini bread and I'm going through withdrawals. So I need some more zucchini bread. But my birthday is Tuesday, and I know I have sweets coming with that because my husband is going to make a cookie cake with the kids on Sunday. And so I'm kind of like, Laura, don't make any zucchini bread because it's coming. Okay, and so then this, I'm just going to add like some leaves. Like a little leaf. And you know what? I'm using all Misty Moonlight because it's here in front of me. But like you really can't even tell. So I'm going to just add just one little leaf down in the corner. And again, I'm going to do the same for the envelope. One little leaf down in the corner. Now see, this one I almost feel like you could easily do thinking of you and then on the inside do sending hugs. Because that's just super sweet. You're not a coffee drinker, Colleen? Yeah, I know. I'm not either. So I have to ask though, because people always ask me, like, you know, they're like, well, how do you survive? I drink Dr. Pepper Zero. That's where I get my caffeine, my fizz, my yum yum. Like this is my vice. So what is your vice? Do you care to share? Oh, there's a little fuzzy on the stamp. You can see right there on the S, but it'll be okay. So there's the next card. This one, I think I'm going to go navy on this one. Of course, all these card bases are just 8.5 by 5.5, except I do have some white ones that are 4.25 by 11, which is just cutting your 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock in half the other way. Whoop, there's a little trim at the top here. So yeah, this card class is just a little bit different in the fact that like we're kind of using all the same things and you can kind of decorate and, oh, because that last one, I forgot pearls. We can't forget pearls. Bring it back in. There we go. Just adds a little bit of shine and pizzazz to it. And I love that. And then I'm going to actually stamp Thinking of You on 3 of these. I love a Thinking of You card. I like to use Thinking of You for sympathy. I like to use Thinking of You for get well. And I like to use Thinking of You for just a general card that I'm going to send on a Tuesday. I just find Thinking of You to be so, I don't know, so all-encompassing. Whereas, you know, like I don't want to make sympathy cards. I really struggle with sympathy cards. I know I'm crazy. I struggle with sympathy cards in the fact that I'm afraid that if I make a sympathy card, it means that like I'm, not that I'm like wishing, but like that I'm like making something bad happen because I made a sympathy card. And I know that that is so not the case, but I don't know. I'm just a freak. Like I don't get excited to make sympathy cards because like that means that someone lost a loved one and that makes me sad. So So yeah, then, I'm fine with like a thinking of you card. And, get well, like, so instead of having like all of these like random, like specific greetings, then I can make a thinking of you card, and it's like generic and works for all of those things. Okay, so I'm going to do a little thinking of you, and I'm going to do the bunny ears to get a bow out of this. And I'm going to try to maybe possibly get 2 bows. So I did 2 bunny ears and wrapped them, like tied the 2 loops around each other. I know that totally doesn't make sense. And I'll try to go slower on the next one. I've done a couple bow videos, so you can always look at them on my YouTube channel. And then we'll add these with some mini glue dots. My least favorite adhesive. Actually, that's a lie. My least favorite is liquid glue. I'm just not a big fan of liquid glue because I use too much. Diet Coke and iced tea. Is your iced tea sweet tea? I drink a ton of water too. I just recently got this, and no, it's not a Stanley. It's just a giant water cup. It's a knockoff Stanley off of Amazon. Honestly, I love it. It's super cute, and I only have to fill it up 3 times instead of my other one that I did 6 times a day. But it is so heavy. I told my husband that. He's like, do you like it? And I was like, I do, but it's so heavy. And he's like, oh, boo-hoo. I'm like, you tote this thing around. It is heavy. So yeah. Unsweet tea. So yeah, I totally, I grew up and we always had sweet tea. And, I'm not even that far south. And now I could kind of go either way on sweet tea or unsweet tea. I do drink a couple, I don't drink hot tea. I will say that. I'll drink it warm, if my throat's sore from allergies or something like that. Warm, but not hot. But yeah, otherwise I really prefer, I prefer lemonade, and that of course has sugar in it. But yeah, I would say for the most part I drink water, and the Diet Pepsi, or I'm sorry, the Dr. Pepper Zero. And then, but I love a good lemonade. You know who my opinion of an amazing lemonade is Chick-fil-A. I love their lemonade. It's so sweet and so lemony and so amazing. But for the most part, we bring home Chick-fil-A. And so we don't usually get beverages to try to save on that. Okay. So there I just added a little bow of ribbon on the corner and a little thinking of you. And then this next one has the Misty Moonlight. I might do this one with white. I feel like I'm doing them all with the same pattern, but I really love it. So we're going to do that, and I'm also going to do it on the inside, and I'm also going to do it on the envelope. Hi, babe. Are you here to say good night? Do you want to tell all of our friends good night?
Good night.
Did you have fun at kindergarten this week?
Yes.
Yes. Everybody is excited for you.
Yep.
You sleep well tonight, okay?
Oh, Patty.
I love you. Night-night.
I'm just going to do my card.
For the baby shower?
I need to put it in the bag.
In the bag. The bag is upstairs now, okay?
Okay.
Good night. I love you. I want to like stamp this, but I also need to see my spacing. So, I don't know. I might actually... I don't know what to do. What do you guys think? I need some help with this one. Do I still put it on the label and put it here? Or do I stamp the greeting up top here? I also have the word hello. That's like kind of smaller. But like it still fits all the way across. Or, no. I was going to say, do I turn it? But turning it, both of the patterns don't really go sideways. So what do you guys think? Do I do a label or do I stamp on the white? Do I do a label or stamp on the white? Any ideas? In the meantime, I'm going to stamp a few more envelopes. I don't know where my leaf went. Oh, here it is. Label or on the white? What do you guys think? Ooh. I left that in there. Do you guys think I can line this up again? It's a hair fuzzy right there, but I think it'll be okay. What is wrong with me? That is super cute. I love that. I want to do that on a card. Do the label and put it a little bit higher. Gotcha. That's what I will do. I want to do that same leaf pattern on the bottom of a white card because it looks super fabulous. How many August birthdays do I have watching? Is it just me that has an August birthday, or are there any other August birthdays out there? I like celebrating all month long, but my birthday's on the 29th, so that's easy to do. My husband's birthday's on the 3rd, and it's also Christmas. And so he's always like, how come I don't get a whole month long? I'm like, well, I'm sorry, you got bumped out by Jesus. And your birthday's on the 3rd, so... Technically, if we want to celebrate all month long, we'd have to start on like November 3rd. But then you also have Thanksgiving, so. But he gets spoiled plenty, so. Especially when I had him go on a fishing trip with friends at the beginning of August. And so he was gone 2 nights and 3 days. And I had to deal with both kids, crazy heat, a little bit of rain, taking them to my parents to work in the garden while my parents weren't there. And we had an ant infestation too. But we survived and he had a wonderful time. And so that's all that matters. I almost feel like I'm going to do another leaf up top. Am I overdoing it with the leaves? Perhaps. But like, you know, there. Oh, I love it. 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 It's great. I hope you love it too. And then my pearls. You're July 31st? Well, I mean, you're close enough to August, right? Oh, I love that one. I love it. Oh, I almost tossed in the ink pad. I'm really scared having all these ink pads open. So I'm closing this one. Oh, I love, love, love that. Super, super cute. You know what? I need to do another leaf up top coming down. Because it looks super cool. I almost feel like they're not the same, but it's like the same. You know, it's like, ah, la. Like it super matches, right? I love this one. That's my favorite one so far. Okay. Should we flip one of these over and do the back side? We should. Even though I love the trees and the flowers and stuff, we're going to flip one of them over and do the back side. This is another technique that is really good for loving both sides of the pattern paper because you can use both sides of the pattern paper. And then let's see. Should we use that first card base that oh, nope. Because for the same reason that I didn't use it on this one. No, I'm not going to use, I'll use Night of Navy, I guess. I was like, I'm not going to use Misty Moonlight because I Misty Moonlighted the border. And these were just pre-cut card bases that I did. You know, if you're making this on your own, you could do them all with the same color card base. Like, you know, you don't have to feel like you have to do 2 of one, 2 of one, and 3 of another, you know, or whatever it is. I don't know what my calculations are. But I had to start somewhere with like a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I feel like there's a song in there somewhere. Hi, Sue. Welcome. Excited to have you on. Okay, so here's our little thinking of you. And then I do still have... Nope, that's not really in that card. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to get... Let's see. What color do I want to do? I don't really want to do Night of Navy or Misty Moonlight. Maybe I should do Misty Moonlight. Let's try it. I'm going to do Misty Moonlight with this circle and pop it behind the greeting just to add a little bit more. See how that adds just an extra little layer of fabulous like pop of color? I'm singing the song that I was thinking earlier. It's like, I'm a horrible singer, so I don't really want to sing, but a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It started with a kiss. Now we're on to that, or something like that. I don't know who it is. It's a guy that sings it. It's kind of like a, I want to say current pop song, but it's probably not current anymore. It's probably from like 2000 or something like that. My idea of current is a little off. It's like, it's all in the name of love. Why do I want to say it's like Michael Franti or something like that? Ah! I had pearls go everywhere. So yeah, if you can name that song and message me your address, I'll send you some happy mail. Well, he's just going to live on there until I'm ready to use him for the next card. Okay, and then this one doesn't really have anything. Let's try a different, like this little guy. And I'm actually going to like stamp him again. Although Why am I getting like a candle vibe or like the Triton off of Little Mermaid and his his stick, whatever you call that. I'm getting that vibe. I don't know. I feel like I have to go all the way across now. This might be too much. Now I feel like there's just forks everywhere. It's like forks. What is this? Do you guys like that? Or should I just flip it over and start again? I can't help but see forks or Tritons. Whatever. Saber. It's not a saber. I don't know what it is. I think I'm starting this. I'm going to flip this one over. And you know what? We're just going to send hugs. Let's do sending hugs. And then you know what? I will do this. And I'm going to stamp off once and then twice. And then just stamp it like right there. There we go. Now it's, I just did not like that. Thank goodness there's two sides to every piece of paper because you know what? Sometimes you need both of them, right? And then I'll go ahead and I'll do that one on here. And I think I'm just going to do just one. That's it. So there's the thinking of you. And so was that, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yep, that was 4. Okay. So let's bring back in this set of 4. So like, look, we're already up to 6 cards and it hasn't been an hour yet. It's only been 45 minutes. And how I can't do 5 cards in an hour and a half, I don't know. Because here we've made 6. But here we have them. The envelopes are pretty basic. So I'm going to leave all the envelopes kind of out. But here we have 4 cards using, this is all just one strip of 5.5 by 12. And it does 6 cards. 5.5 by 12. And I did, this piece is 4 1/4. And then it's like 2 pieces are 2 1/4, 1 3/4. I mean, and really you could make up all these numbers yourself and do them like, you know, you could even just do 2-inch strips and make a whole bunch of cards like this. You know, you could do 5.5 by 2 and go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, you know, and go all the way across. So like one sheet wonders are really just cutting a piece of 12 by 12 up into multiple pieces to make the same cards. So here's some inspiration on that bottom strip. And then we're going to move up to the next strip. The next strip is cut at 4 1/4. So you notice I did 5.5 for the first strip. So I'm kind of doing like long strip cards here. The next cut is 4 1/4 by 12. So that 4 1/4 is going the other way. So now all of our cards are kind of going to go this way. But this pattern goes up and down, so they're going to still go in that direction. Here. Like, so this pattern was really easy because it was just all over. But this pattern that I'm using tonight is just a little different. So we have, let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 2 with squares. 10, 11, there's 12 is out there somewhere. Oh, there it is. 10, 11, 12. Okay. So here are the next 3 cards that I did. You can see I did use the back side and then that fun hello. Isn't that super cute? So this is the inspiration for the next 3 cards. Like I said, my pattern here though goes up and down, but that's okay. we can still do like a card like this. And then we can also do a card that instead of, you know, like even if it opens like that, we could still do it going in that direction. So have no fear. We'll be good. This is where that white 4 1/4 by 11 is going to come in. And I know some of you guys are like 4 1/4 by 11. What the heck? And some of you guys don't like it because it kind of goes against the grain of the cardstock. I was going to say the grain of the wood, but the grain of the cardstock. So sometimes your fold can be a little funky, but that's what a good bone folder is for, to just press that out, crease it, and be like, you know what, paper, you're going to fold right here because I said so. And there you have it. Okay, where is the lip of that envelope that I absolutely loved? Because I think I'm going to do that on this. Okay, so I'm going to just do it the short way, I guess. And I did like a full one and a full one. And then I took it up a level and did like just those top 4 leaves. And you know what? That's all I'm going to be able to do. And the top 4 leaves. So it kind of almost creates like a little bit of an arc by doing far out and then in. On the envelope, I had more room, so I did a single in the middle. So I had 1 big, 2 little, and then a single in the middle. This one, it's only on a, ooh, I think I'm going to do that print instead of the woodsy tree print. And we'll add this over on the edge. And then now we're just going to stamp a greeting in the middle. And since we have a lot of room, I can pick one of the greetings that's a little bit bigger. Perhaps so happy to celebrate you, which is a super fun greeting. And, you know, I would go navy, but I really just feel like the Misty Moonlight looks dark enough anyway, so I'm not going to change it. Oh, I love that. I just love it. I just love it. Okay, you know what? I'm going to stamp these leaves on the inside too. So full leaf, down a little, down a little. You know what? I might have room for a little one in the middle. So fabulous. So happy to celebrate you. I love it. And then we're going to add some pearls, like this crazy rogue pearl that didn't want off. There you go. And down here, I always kind of add my pearls in a triangle pattern. And I contemplate the placement so hard. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. And if I see a sample, I'm going to place them like in the exact same spot because I just feel so self-conscious about where I put my pearls. And I really don't think it matters. Right? Or are you a pearl judger? But anyway, super love that card. And we'll do it with this envelope. I love that. I absolutely love it. It just makes me excited. Okay. Where? Oh. So the other 2 strips. Let's see. This one I have layered on Night of Navy. So we still have this card. I could finish going around with the dots. You know what? I think this is Night of Navy. Because I feel like those dots are just a hair lighter. I don't think you're going to be able to tell. Except for the fact that I told you. Whoops. I'm pretty sure if you got this card, you wouldn't be able to tell. Except for the fact that I told you. Oh. Okay. Can you tell? No. So this one actually has a navy border all the way around. And then we're going to do the So Happy again. Or maybe just hello. No, we're going to do the So Happy. So happy to celebrate you. I love it. I love that greeting. How sweet is that? And then, should we do dots all the way around on this one too? If you don't like to write a big message, then fill it in with stamping. Because there's not going to be a lot of room. Especially if I send this card from our family. I write really, really big. So by the time I put love, Brad, Laura, Claire, and Alex, there's not going to be much room for anything else. Because that's going to take up like all of this. Okay, that is super cute. Oh, I need pearls. Or should I put some sequins? Ooh, let's do some sequins. So if you guys haven't gotten the Take Your Pick tool, this tool is super amazing. So I use the putty tip, and what I do is I kind of use it like a bulldozer, or I use it like I don't know, like a gooey putty tip. So for the pearls, I use it like a bulldozer, and I push the side of the pearl and pick up the pearl. Now with the sequins, I'm actually just going to like press down on the sequin, kind of wiggle it around on this plastic, and then up. So I'm going to do, again, I'm stressing about the placement. There we go. Ooh, I really like that. I really like that. And I almost set that in ink pad. And then let's do dots. All on the back. And all across the front. Because dots are cool. And why not? So then we have that card. So many dots. Might have overdone it. Hi, G-Ann. Smoky Southern Oregon. How is the weather, though? We are croaking in the heat down here in Illinois. Like, it's just so hot. Like, let's see if I can see how hot it is still. So right now it's 8:28, and it feels like 98 degrees outside. But it's only 88. And the dew point has been like beyond oppressive. The dew point is 75, which is just the bottom number of oppressive. But it was like 88 the other day whenever we looked. 88 was the dew point. And yeah, like I said, 75 is where it starts as oppressive and then just goes up There is no additional numbers. It doesn't get worse than oppressive, although it feels worse. But we're so excited to have you jump on. 90 degrees and the fires. Oh no. I do wish you the best and hope you stay safe. I know that the air quality with the Canada fires for us was awful. I don't know what color to use. So I can't imagine being up higher and closer to that. I think we're going to do another balmy blue. Just a little hair. And I have another leaf that I really like to use. And that's this one. So I'm going to do a solid leaf. Oh my gosh, I didn't ink it all the way. Okay. I shouldn't have inked it again. You know what? I'm just going to do 2 leaves. And you might not be able to tell. Not really, but kinda. Only because I know. It'll be okay. It will be okay. So what I really wanted to do was like a solid leaf and then turn and stamp again. But I stamped 2 solid leaves because I messed up. I will say that is the one thing I don't like about stamping on card bases is that when you mess up, like you're kind of like, okay, do I grab a new one? Or do I proceed forward, or do I find a way to cover it up? Ooh, that one, I like nailed it perfectly where they match up. You could always put like a little flower like coming out the middle. Oh, it would look so fabulous. Obviously, all these others, like this one, I kind of did that, but of course it's only half stamped. And then that one, it's far apart. So I don't know. Do I want to stamp this on, stamp a greeting on here? Does the thanks so, no, the thanks so much does not fit. Where's that hello? Super fabulous. Yes. How many of you guys have started on your Christmas cards? I know that is so crazy to think about with even the thought of like fall and autumn leaves and pumpkins and stuff like that. I'm like, not this week. I just can't. I can't this week. But it's so coming. Like I printed the next 3 months of calendars. And you know what the next 3 months are? September, October, November. Do you know there's only one more month after that and the year is over? Like, my mind is blown. I can't believe that. It is insane. Just absolutely insane. And I'm not ready for it. Can't say this one's my favorite, but that's okay. Not every card is going to be. This one can also say sending hugs. I don't know if you guys know, but I'm a hugger. I am a hugger. I will hug you even if I don't know you. And I find shaking hands being awkward. But I know so many of you guys are like, but you're a hugger? That's awkward. I get that. Not everybody's a hugger. but I am. I don't know. When someone shakes my hand, I'm always like, I don't know what to do. And yeah, so I'm like that weird, like, hand shaker, especially because they like go in to shake your hand and I'm like going in like this, like football hold. I'm going to grab you and we're going to hug. But yeah, so if you ever meet me in person, I'm probably going to give you a big hug. Okay, so there is the final one of the small 4 1/4 strips. I guess these are actually 4-inch. So the original samples look like this. This just gives you all the inspiration in the world on how you can do these different cards. Look at those blue sequins just sparkle. I love that. Maybe I love that more than I thought. There's no balmy blue in my original samples in that pattern, even though it's the same paper pack. And so I never got to use that. So like, I feel like I'm going all out on using it for this set. So yeah, this is the next 3 cards. So what is that? We're up to 9 cards now. We only have 3 cards left and we just hit the 1:05 mark. How crazy is that? See how quick you can make 12 cards? I know that it takes like 2 hours for us to make 5 on a normal basis, but they're so different and these are all so similar, and that's how it's easy to make multiples quickly. Again, I will say that the big trick to it is picking just one stamp set, one set of inks, and kind of sticking to a small amount of product so that you're not digging through like 55 colors and, 400 punches and stuff like that. You want to keep it somewhat small. Okay, so this is the next one. And this one I did here. Oh, you know what we haven't used yet? And how could I forget? Because I have the coolest technique to share with you. Where is my thread? Where's my thread? Hold, please. Okay, you guys, this thread, I bought it, and I don't like it, and I'm going to show you how to like it. I don't know where it is. Oh, it's up there. Okay, so this is the In Color Twine, and it comes in the 5 new in colors, the Moody Mauve, Copper Clay, Boho Blue, Pebbled Path, and Wild Wheat, okay? So I got it, and it is not like twine. It's like thick burlap. I don't like it. I really don't. But it's really thick. Did I mention thick? And it's very rough. But I went to a stamp event, and the girl took the twine and like untwisted it, and you can see that there are 3 pieces all twisted together to create this twine. And she untwisted them and used the small little pieces. And I'm telling you guys, it's soft, it's easy to use, it's fun. And now I'm using this. And so I'm going to tell you guys all about it so that you are going to want to get some, or you're going to want to use what you bought if you didn't like it. Or if you like it, then that's awesome too. So this part's a little tricky. If you have 3 hands, it works a lot better, which is why we should always stamp with friends in person as well as online. If one of you guys could just take this, that would be great. Thank you. so close to the end. If I could just get the one to go all the way to the end, then this would work just fine. Because, like, once you get one out of the way, then you just have the other two. Come on, come on. I'm telling you, it's not really that hard. It's just tricky. Okay, and then you gotta, like, pull the curl out. But look at that. 1, it's curly, so how cute is that? 2, it's super pliable and easy to use, and it's not thick. So, now that one just comes apart real easy. Voila! How many of you guys are having your minds blown right now? Did you guys like the twine? Or did you not like the twine and now you're like, I am never going to use that, and now you're like, I'm so going to use it. Look at that. 3 pieces of twine. It's 3-in-1 ribbon. So it's like you're getting 3 times the amount of ribbon that you originally had. Right? Okay, so I used 2 pieces for this. I wrapped it around, tied it into a bow. That knot is not super chunky, and it tied really tight, whereas the other stuff, if you tried to tie that, it would be chunky as ever, and I don't even think it would stay tight. Then I also did this card, and I just laid it on the background of that greeting. It's so much easier to tie it with a bow with the strands separated. Yes, Jan, it's amazing. So I hope you guys are all blown away by that, and you're super excited like I am. Because it's amazing. And that's why I love these classes with you guys, because it's more than just the cards. There's all these fun little tips and tricks I get to share with you. Okay, so this one goes up and down versus sideways. So let's see. I don't know that I'm going to be able to go up and down, or if I go up and down, I'm not going to be able to tie a bow maybe, because I might not have enough. Because, see, I went the short way with this one, and I have to go the long way with this one because of the pattern. I have plenty. Look at that. I have plenty. I'll be fine. Okay, so we tied a knot. Try to do the bunny ears. I don't know. Normally I do a double. I'm going to have to do a double knot. So I'm going to do a double knot so that it's nice and secure. And see, like, it's thin. It's awesome. It's good. And then now we're going to do a bow. And our little tails. Okay. And then in order to move that, because I don't really want it right there, I'm going to squeeze this and then just slide this up to like the 3/4 up. And you know what? It really just looks like a lot of foof. So I'm not really worried about where my bow is. I do want those to be a little smaller. The loops. And so we're going to trim off a little bit more. Okay, and then I'm going to add that to my card front with dimensionals. But I want to show you another little trick. So you guys know I'm a dimensional overuser. Like, totally. I am only going to use 4. I know. How many of you guys are gasping right now? Because when does Laura use only 4 on such a big piece? Hold on. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so I'm only going to use 4, and ooh, I think we're going to use the white. We're going to use this white card base. No, I should probably save that for a different one. But that's just too dark. Ooh, I like that. You are gasping, Colleen. I knew that one of you guys would. All my regulars who know how much of a dimensional overuser I am. But I'm going to show you why I'm only using 4. So I'm going to use 4 because I'm going to use more. So the 4 are going to go, wow. I totally just like moved it all as I set it down. Okay, So I only used 4. So what happens whenever you don't use enough dimensionals? Ask Laura, because this is why I use so many. It's like, it's not poofy in the middle. It's flat in the middle. But I am going to put my greeting on, and I'm going to pop it up in the middle. So now instead of my greeting being like, hello, I'm way out here 2 steps up, now my greeting is just going to take care of that flat center. Ah. I'm just pulling out all kinds of crazy tricks for you guys tonight. Always use all your dimensionals. No dimensional left behind. So I always use the border. It's really good to fill in things. It also is super fun to make faces. Like right now. Do you guys see Mr. Angry Face? It always makes me giggle. I know I'm crazy, but like, come on. Whenever you're stamping and you see something like that, you just have to giggle, right? Okay, so anyway, here's my hello. And so now, if you press on the card, it feels level. It feels smooth all the way across. So technically, I did use more dimensionals, but just on a different layer. How fun is that? Okay. So this one, I think we're going to go ahead and use these fun sequins. And I'm so excited that you guys are all going to take your ribbon apart now, or your twine. You should. Okay, let's pull out. We haven't pulled out any of our other leaves. And now I'm getting towards the end, and I'm like, wah! Ooh, I really like that. Ah! Saved. And there you have it. The dimensional weird card. And I saved the day with going up and down. So there's those 2 samples. So let's see. These all go over here. This one goes here. This one goes there. And now we only have 2 cards left. And these 2 cards are our little squares. Okay? So you can really create these however you wish, as always. So there's 2 2-inch squares and 3 1.5-inch squares. So I did want to save one of my white pieces for the 3-inch squares. So if I do it like this one, which I so don't have to, which I don't think I'm going to, because I don't know. I don't really think that pattern works with this. Or maybe I should do, maybe I should just like randomly angle them. Nope, not like that either. Maybe I should angle it that way and that way. And then do like the tree in the middle. I don't know that I like any of those. I don't know. What do you guys think? I feel like the patterns are too the same and too specific to do that same layout. I don't know what to do. The other one I have is Misty Moonlight. What do you guys think I should do with the 3 squares? Do you think I should do this same pattern, or do you think I should come up with something different? They don't look right together. Yeah. So I think this one will still work. So while I mill that over a little bit, I'll work on this one. It needs a different contrast. Yeah, I almost feel like it needs like a solid cardstock piece, or like it needs a layered piece to help make it like pop differently or something. I also have not been using all of my options. We'll do best wishes for this one. And I'll show you how I added that last strip. So again, we're gonna add a little bit of adhesive to the back of our greeting. And I'm gonna take this and sort of wrap it around my fingers a little to create like loops. And then I'm just going to press it into that adhesive. Okay, and then now we'll just add dimensionals over the top of that. I'm going to get another sheet of dimensionals. Not that I don't want to use all that edging right now, but I don't want to use all that edging right now. Especially to hold, I mean, it does really hold on to the ribbon well, but okay. See what I'm telling about dimensional overuser? 6 on this little bitty greeting. Okay, and that's gonna go right in the middle. And so it just adds a little bit of texture and foo-foo to it, and I love that. I almost feel like I just want to do just that one, but then I also am like, nope, that looks weird. So did I tell you guys how I struggle with the placement of those? I mean, we all have our thing, right? Okay, there's also this funky leaf that I haven't used yet. But it's really pretty. And I really like that stamped off layered look, if you guys haven't noticed. But it's so amazing how much color variation you can get by stamping off once, even stamping off twice. So like if you're a new stamper and you don't have every ink pad, that's fine. Do you know that like stamped off Poppy Parade, you know, is like a light pink? Do you know that like stamped off Night of Navy is Misty Moonlight? You know, like there's so many color variations you can get. What happened there? What happened there? Okay, it's in the upper corner. I really don't think anybody's going to notice. But, so yeah, there's that one. Kind of did it very similar. And then, let's figure out what we want to do with this one. But yeah, stamping off, you get so much color variation. And I always love that like double like stamp like look, you know, that especially with like a leaf or a flower, not so much with a flower, with like a leaf, it really just adds like, especially with greenery, you know, like obviously when you look at like greenery or grass or anything, there's like the dark greens and the light greens and the this and that, and it kind of gives depth and texture, and I just love that. Okay, you know, what if we almost just did squares going down the edge. And then, would it be too much to stamp hello, hello, hello? What about that? Okay, I think I'm gonna add these to my card front first. Do I want to make sure it's perfectly centered? Let's see. This is 5.5. So the middle of 5.5 is 2 3/4, right? I feel like I'm getting too technical and I'm probably going to mess it up and it's going to be obvious, but whereas if I just wung it, I'd probably do a better job. Okay. You know what? So there's my middle one. Supposedly it's at 2 3/4. And so now I'm just going to center the other two. So the other two, it's just going to go centered between that. And this one is going to go centered up high. You like the 3 squares and the 3 hellos? See, not every card has to be the same. So while you can use my examples, you can also play with it and mix and match and really have fun. I think I'm actually going to do an ombre going up. So I'm going to do dark and then go up from there. So it's going to say, hello, hello, hello. Oh my gosh, I love that. I super love that. And I think I'm going to do pearls. And I'm going to do it on the H. On the tip of every H. Oh, I love that. It's just so funky and simple and fabulous. What do you guys think? Do you guys love it? It's different. And I'm loving it. I really do love it. I guess I did end up pulling out all of the greetings. Let's do just this little leaf. Let me try to do that solid stamped off look. And solid stamped off. So, love it? Yes! Isn't that fabulous? So 2 different ways you could do it depending on your prints. Like I said, whenever you have a print that like goes in a certain direction, like tonight, we had the one that went very distinctly up and down with trees and these flowers. Whereas this print just kind of went, like, this one kind of went, you know, up and down, but like it also doesn't specifically look like a flower that looks weird on its side. Because it could go side to side too. And then this one was just all over flowers, so it didn't matter. But this one tonight, it did. And I think we still nailed it on all those different prints. So we just did 12 cards in an hour and a half. And the only 2 images I didn't use is the for you and thank you so much. And it's crazy because I use a lot of thank you cards. So I'm kind of sad that I didn't use that. But I used a lot of sending hugs. And I am not sad about that. So let's go over all 12 of these cards. I'm going to leave out the envelopes. You guys saw the envelopes as I stamped them, and there is just way too much to show all of those. So we will get started. I'll be laying these out, just going over a few things. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight. Let me know which one your favorite is. Of course, you know that you can get all of these products at shop.LaurasStampPad.com through my Stampin' Up! Website and enjoy these same products. I use the Layering Leaves stamp set as well as the Lasting Label Punch and the Countryside Inn Designer Series paper. I can't even like put all of these out at the same time because there's so many of them. So super, super fun. If you have any questions about this one sheet wonder, I'd be happy to answer any of those for you. Of course, if you have any questions on the measurements and everything, you can always get the PDF tutorial off of my Etsy shop, LaurasStampPad.etsy.com. You'll get color photos, all the measurements, and of course, the breakdown of that 12 by 12 one sheet wonder template. So you can always check that out on Etsy. And as well as lots of my other ones. I've almost hit the 2-year mark with these online card classes. I started in, was it November or December? I'm not sure which one it is. But I'm loving them. I'm loving stamping with you guys on a Friday night. It's super fun. It's the perfect way to end a week for me, especially now with the kids in school. It's so weird. The kids used to go to school Tuesday and Thursday, and then last year Claire went to pre-K Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So we always had 4-day weekends, and I'm telling you, I am now with the rest of you guys on this whole 2-day weekend thing, and they go fast. I'm like, tomorrow is Saturday. We already have plans on Saturday. Sunday, we'll go to church and we'll have a chill day, and boom, we're back to Monday again. Like, it's so crazy. You know, we used to have like the busy weekend, but we still had that Monday, Friday as like the down days here at home, or the chaotic days of the kids aren't at school and they're at home, but me and Brad are still working. And yeah, we don't have that. So Claire's going 5 days a week. Alex is going 2. And the routine change is something else. But we will get there. And hopefully it gives me a lot more time to be able to bring things to you guys, sharing inspiration, my love of stamping and all of that. This summer and life thus far has just been a season where my kids have just been a little bit more of a top priority than my stamping business, but I'm so excited to get back to all of you guys. I love you, I miss you, and I appreciate you guys. And stamping is what I love. It's my outlet, it's my therapy, it's my passion. So I'm still here, and it's fabulous. I hope you guys will have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay hydrated, stay cool. Hopefully no tornadoes or anything around here. And I love you guys all. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye.